time. But I'm so excited. This is Sam's very first call, and she is a super introvert. And so I know how hard she's working, and she's been reading this book on network marketing for Facebook and how to really, really maximize what you're doing on social media. So I'm really pumped. So take it over from here. I'm going to mute everybody, and then you unmute yourself, Sam.
Okay.
No, it's crying.
It's all right.
Okay. Hi, I'm Sam. Like Jessica said, this was one of the books that I read for my personal development, and it's pretty short and sweet, and a lot of it is stuff that Jessica, Raquel, Laura have all given us in Team VIP. But for me, seeing it somewhere else kind of really validated it. And then it also, there were a couple different little tips to try to implement. And so the book is called Network Marketing for Facebook. And Etna, unmute yourself and tell me how to make my, make it go to the next slide. Oh, never mind. There it goes.
You found it? Good.
Yeah, thanks. So the way it starts out, Facebook is going to be part of your strategy, but it's not your whole strategy. You need to have passion, obviously. You need to understand your passion, and that's going to keep you going when times get tough. And so when he says passion, it's really our why. If you truly understand your why, you're also going to inspire all of us around you to chase their passions and never give up. You need people skills. People need to genuinely like you, and vice versa. You're helping people by showing them the value of the Beachbody products and the business. And if they don't feel a connection with you, they're going to find somebody else to work with. Even if they love the products, if they don't have that connection with you, they're gonna find it through somebody else. You need good communication skills. You've got to learn to get your point across with the least possible amount of words. And once they're ready to, once you send them the invite message and they come back and say, yes, I'm ready to go, basically what the author is telling you is at that point, you stop talking and you get them set up so that you don't talk them out of it. Talking with people face to face is a big one. Whenever you talk to people face to face, you're a lot more likely to have meaningful conversations about more than just the business, and that helps build those relationships. And then the same thing goes with talking to people over the phone. Whenever you hear other people's voices, it really strengthens the relationship that you have with them. They can hear your excitement. They can, it just helps your cause. So continuing on with the strategy, attend company events, attend Team VIP events, attend Beachbody events. Those who attend the events will develop a different kind of appreciation for the products and have a bigger appreciation for those opportunities. Something that we don't really talk about a whole bunch in Team VIP that the author in this book really talks about a whole bunch is handing out samples. He says we need to kind of prioritize acquiring customers, not necessarily recruiting distributors. That the recruiting of distributors kind of comes indirectly. The best people on your team are going to be the people that have personal product stories, that are passionate customers. Continue to pursue your personal development. We all need to grow. We can all be better. You can't earn a six-figure income in network marketing without first expanding your mind. And then we have to realize that network marketing is a numbers game. Rejection is the biggest reason that people struggle. And he says that on average, you'll enroll one new distributor for every 20 people who just look at your business opportunity. And then the old tried and true, just because somebody says no today doesn't mean they're going to say no tomorrow. If somebody does say no to you, it's your job to stay in touch with them as a friend, because most likely the timing just wasn't right for them. So why you should use Facebook. The more you share your product with others, the greater your success is going to be. Relationships with your friends, customers, distributors, that's the key to long-term success in the industry. People are going to order products and build business with those they know, like, and trust. And so using the groups, in this, when I'm talking about groups, I'm more talking about like Team VIP instead of just your challenge groups, although in some way the challenge group will apply to this also. But so we can move mountains when we belong to a group of passionate people working towards the same goal, supporting each other every day. And I think Team VIP is just so fantastic at this. Whenever anybody puts up a question, within an hour, there's at least 2 people that have chimed in on it. Everybody wants to help everybody get to the next level. I have not seen a single instance of negativity in that group, and it is just fabulous for a group of women and men, to be able to have that. If you're excited about something, share it in the group so that others can catch your excitement. If you're discouraged about something, post it in the group so that, we can come lift each other up. If you have questions, obviously put them in there, and you'll get good answers. Using Messenger alone to kind of manage that's just not good enough. Personal messages can't really scale with your success. And something that I don't know a whole bunch about, but Facebook has the Pages feature. If you want to use that, that's all fine and great. But it really only lets you reach about 6 to 16% of your fans, your people that are watching your journey. And so he recommends once you start earning a full-time income from your network marketing, that's a good time to kind of create your little sub branch of Team VIP. Excuse me. As a member of the group, he wants you to, you should check in daily to your team page. If you're an admin, you need to be checking in a couple times each day because people are looking to you for guidance, support, inspiration, answers. Whenever we add new coaches, I know we do a fabulous job about this also. We introduce everybody to the group, we make them feel welcome. And then we host live events. And whenever you get people to come to live events, the chances of success just increase exponentially. People catch the bug, they catch the excitement, and they leave inspired, motivated, and more confident in what they're doing. So what does your Facebook profile say about you? Like I said earlier, when someone knows, likes, and trusts you, they're more likely to do business with you. And so it made me laugh, but he says, the know, like, trust process is 3 steps: know, like, and trust. So earth shattering, right? So for getting to know you, your profile picture is going to be your primary identity. You, for a successful profile picture, you need a close-up with a bright smile. You really just want it to be just you, no pets, no family members, no friends. And the reason is that that's your identity. That kind of becomes your brand. Once you find a good profile picture, you kind of need to keep that and keep it consistent. He made a comment. He said there's a reason that Starbucks and Pepsi don't change their logos all the time. It's because they need that consistency. The second step is the beginning to like you. Your cover photo should be a snapshot of your life and your personality. So for a successful cover photo, good ideas are pictures of you or family or an event, something that shows your personality. It should be constantly changing to kind of keep it current with what's going on in your life. Whenever you change those profiles, whenever you change the cover photos, people see that in your feed. They'll comment on it. It's another way to get people to have conversations with you and build those relationships. You should also kind of as you're posting. Try to stay neutral on topics that are controversial, like the election. And this is completely your choice. If you choose to express your views strongly, you absolutely get to do that. But you also need to be prepared to lose about 50% of your potential market, because not everybody's going to agree with you. I feel like Jessica and Raquel and Laura have done a really good job at kind of saying, hey, our job is really just to be a positive, an area of positivity for our friends. And so, that's something, you can take it or leave it. And then to get people to begin to like you, comment on their posts and like their posts. Whenever I see new people commenting and liking on my feed, I'm a lot more likely to go check out their check out their profile, see what they have going on. It's just a really good way to keep building those relationships. And then the third step of it is, whenever people begin to trust you. And so the author kind of tells us that people come to trust you through the about section. He says, put it all out there and, share your work history. It connects you to past coworkers, people who still work there. Don't be ashamed if it was a dud job. Just be honest, be transparent. People are going to feed off of that more than if you're trying to kind of cocoon yourself. Share your education. The school in common can create trust with a complete stranger. Share where you lived. Just anything that you can share to give you common ground as you're adding new friends, as you are reconnecting with people. It's just going to help you have conversation points. It's going to help you get the conversation going so that they start to talk to you, start to like you, start to trust you. Sharing your contact info. This is something that I was kind of like, man, do I really want to put that out there? You don't have to fill in every single blank whenever you're, looking at your profile. But he says basically it's the same thing as handing somebody a business card. He says open, confident people seem more trustworthy than the anonymous private people. Share your relationship status. You can expand your network through your significant other. Keep posting regularly, keep adding new friends regularly, and just try to connect with people that have similar interests. And so going public on Facebook, this isn't necessarily, he's not saying make your profile public, which he does say is a good idea, but this is more, he's talking about just starting to post, starting to let the world see you. And so there's 3 steps to writing a successful post. One, you introduce yourself. Say, hey, everybody, you're a friend, you're not a salesperson. He recommends 1 personal statement, 1 product statement. Keep it simple. And then pose 1 question to continue the conversation. If you hit them with 5 questions at the end of your post, people get confused. They don't know what you're asking them. And so just 1 question to get that feedback. He says most traffic happens on Facebook between 8 and 9 p.m. On the weekends, it's kind of any time, but during the week between 8 and 9. And you just need to talk in the same way that you would want to be talked to. And so you need to be in your picture or be in your photos with the product. Smile. It's contagious. It drives people to ask for more information. And then he does recommend making your post public. One of the other things that he suggested that kind of threw me was he suggests tagging your upline or tagging people that have introduced you to the products. And he says this just kind of makes a bigger social proof. Basically, it just lets more people see it. And I didn't really follow the logic behind it, so it's not on here. But it is something to kind of chew over and think about. And so going personal with Facebook messages. he recommends that you reach out to your existing friends before you add new ones. The relationship is already there, and you don't want to miss an opportunity. If you have existing friends and you're not reaching out to them, they could get the product from somebody else, and that could be a missed opportunity for you. And you never know who's going to be interested in the Beachbody products and who's not. Excuse me. Before you message your friends, you need to reestablish your relationship. So before you just cold turkey send them that, hey, I don't know if you've been seeing my posts lately, but I'm running the online health and fitness boot camps now. Before you send that message, you need to go Facebook stalk them, start liking and commenting on their posts so that you start showing up in their feed. They see you a little bit more. The know, like, and trust gets rolling, and that way they're a little bit more receptive whenever you come to them. It's not just out of the blue, hey, why don't you come do this with me? And that works sometimes, but the best chance for success is to really get the relationship going before you do that. Personalize your invites. Raquel has put some awesome scripts out there for us, Jessica and Laura also, but really tweak them, make them feel like you're talking straight to them, that you're not just sending out a spam message. And then again, keep in mind that this is a numbers game. And so kind of one of the examples that he put in the book was Marianne sent out 792 invites. Of that 792, 672 didn't even respond. So 120 told her yes or no. Of the 120, 85 said, hey, send me a sample. Maybe I'll think about it. 35 just flat out said, absolutely not. I don't want anything to do with it. And then of the 85 that requested samples, 75 said, hey, yeah, I want to do this. And so, out of 792, you get 17. You just need to realize that rejection is part of the game and not take it personal. He does come back to say that, whenever people don't respond, it's probably because they just don't have that meaningful relationship with you yet. And so, if you approach it the right way, if they don't respond to you, continue liking and commenting on their posts. You're going to keep showing up in their feed. They're going to eventually, over time, begin to trust you, and they'll come around later. And so it's all about the timing. And so my little pictures on the side here really should have been on the previous slide, but there are so many good ones, I just couldn't help myself. Because one of the most frustrating things that I have tried to deal with is, I know you see my message, why aren't you responding to me? And anyway, so that's my humor. But whenever people do message you back, you need to obviously thank them for getting back to you. Give them some info. You want to keep the conversation going. Again, this is all broken down really, really well in the file section of Team VIP, as far as asking them what their goals are. You don't just hit them with wham bam every single piece of information about what a challenge group is, what a challenge pack is right off the bat. You give it to them in little steps, and then you tell them what to do next. And then with the follow-ups, whenever they don't respond to you, just send one additional message a week if you haven't heard anything back from them. People get busy. You just have to be patient. And then as people do respond to you, he recommends creating lists to kind of help you stay organized. And so the lists that he recommends are prospects, samples, customers, and team members. And so then what do you do if somebody tells you no? You go back to focusing on building that relationship, liking and commenting on their posts, roll a conversation into something other than Beachbody. Let them know that you are a real person. You're not just somebody trying to get them to buy a product from you. And whenever you have the conversation and you get to the point where you send them the purchase link, and then they just disappear. You see that they saw it, but they don't, you never see the order go through. They never let you know they placed the order. Just send them a little follow-up. Say, hey, I sent you a message. Did you get a chance to place your order? that way they know that, they know, and then you can work on either following up with them, figuring out why they didn't follow through, or just a gentle nudge to remind them, because some people may just be like, oh man, I looked at that before I went to bed. I didn't have my wallet right with me and I forgot about it when I woke up in the morning. And so no big deal there. You just have to be ready for the no's. It's not because of the product or the business. Most likely it's just that the timing is not right for them right at this moment. And I think I've heard several talks by Carl Deichler that no doesn't mean no, it just means not now. And then the conversation should be laid back, no pressure conversations. You want people to, or you're trying to help people have a better life with the product. You're not trying to make a fast commission off of them. If you can get in that mindset, you're going to have happy customers. It's going to lead to a lot more referrals, a lot more success for you. So how to turn customers into coaches. After a customer has used the product or program for 2 weeks, go ahead and reach out to them. Offer the discount coach opportunity or the opportunity, whichever one they nibble at. And just keep in mind that the most successful coaches that you're going to get on your team are the ones that have used the products and have that personal product testimony. It's crucial to stay in touch with friends. The coaches who succeed are the ones that stay in touch with their friends until they're ready to give Beachbody a try. So whenever they come back with that initial no, you continue to show up in their feed, and eventually they're going to see, man, this person's really doing something that's working for them. They're happy all the time. They are inspiring me to do things that I didn't know I wanted to do. They will come around. And so 2 ways to stay in touch with friends is to just keep posting that quality content. Figure out when your best times to post are. I know for me, I've got to do it kind of first thing when I wake up, lunchtime, and then usually I do it like between 6 and 7. That's just what works for me. You have to figure out when people are going to see you the most. And then continue interacting on your friends' posts. The more interaction you have, the more you're going to show up in their newsfeed. So posting quality content. You've got to keep a balance between business and personal whenever you're posting. Too much of either can result in failure for you. He recommends you shoot for 80% personal and 20% business. So if Team VIP recommends you post 2 to 3 times a day. It's kind of what's on all the checklists and all that good stuff. So if you're posting twice a day, you're doing 14 posts in a week. That means 11 of your posts should be personal, 3 should be business. If you're doing 3 posts a day, 21 a week, 16 personal, 5 business. If you run out of people to talk to about your products, you run out of business. And if you aren't growing, you're dying. You have to continue to add to your friends. You have to keep finding new people to show your information to, and that means you got to join groups, with similar interests. Find people that are from your hometown. Find people that went to the same school as you. Any common ground that you have, that's where you can expand your market. So whenever you're adding new friends, you need to focus on just connecting with them. Don't add new friends and then hit them right away with, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach. I want you to do this with me. Kind of let them see you, let them get to know you a little bit. All goes back to the know, like, and trust. Whenever you're adding strangers, people you've never met face to face before, Facebook stalk them, follow and like their comments and posts. People are going to accept friend requests based on your mutual friends and then your common interests. And so you got to just keep your network growing. And then he kind of finishes it up with happy birthdays, that people feel awesome after their birthdays, because that's when people are taking time out of their day to recognize you. And so He really recommends sending the private Facebook message with a happy birthday. He said that simple act alone builds a stronger relationship. Most likely, if you send them a private message instead of just posting on their wall, they're going to come back and say, hey, thanks. It just opens the door for you to have a conversation with them. And he says, don't wish somebody happy birthday just to gain a new customer. You need to do it because you're a good person and you want to be their friend. If you start out with building those relationships, it's just going to help you more in the long run. And that is all I have. 9:30 on the dot. I am happy. And I'm done.
You're so funny, Sam. You did amazing. Okay, number one, that call was so good. And I know we're right at 9:30, so I won't do my normal, I will try not to blab because you know I love to. But that call was so good. The breakdown of what you did, the information that you gave. Please, please, please share it with your teams if they were on the call. And Sam, I don't know if you can share your slides to the VIP group. The information and the way that you put it in there was just really helpful. And it's super basic, but it's literally that is the foundations of what you have to do to be successful. And one of the things that you said that really stood out to me was people that are open and confident are people that you trust. And that's so true. If people don't feel like they know who you are and they don't feel like they could trust you, they're not going to want to jump on board with something that's new, and especially something that's new. And fitness is hard for people. So I thought that was amazing. But I love the whole call. Such a good job.
Anybody else?
Sam, it was so good. Great job. It's back to the basics, what Carl says. So I loved it. Okay, so one thing you mentioned about messages. So I was telling Jessica and Raquel this. I received a voice message from a girl who sells Plexus. And she did a phenomenal job. I was hooked for her whole minute. And she was like, Laura, you just have such a great presence, blah, 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 built me up, then told me about a product. And she was like, I'd love to set up a call. And so I was so drawn to that. I have been doing voice messages all day. And so and it's so much better in my eyes because I'm not sitting there just typing and typing my thumbs and all. It's literally, they can hear my excitement. They can hear what's going on. It's super simple. And so if anybody wants to do that, I strongly encourage it. And people respond. So it's kind of cool. So that's my 2 cents. But great job, Sam. Awesome.
Okay, well, if nobody has anything else, I will let us skip off because I know in everybody's lane it's really 10:30 p.m. and I know you're sleepy and you probably have to get your invites out. But just a little recap. So tomorrow we have prep week starting for both our Team VIP challenge, which is just us coaches, and that's on Facebook. And then we have our prep week starting for Quarter Force on the Challenge Tracker app. So you may have your own little Challenge Tracker app going. And then I posted earlier, if you need to be added to Raquel and my group as a coach or participant, let me know and I will plug you in tomorrow. I will send you that email. I will post this recording in the morning. And then week 2 of boot camp is starting on Monday as well. If there's nothing else, I hope you guys have a most amazing Sunday night. Okay. See you on the World Wide Web.